fundraising raffle. Tickets are available at the table near the concession stand. There are new winners every week. Enjoy the first half and go Ike! Tonight's MAC-led football matchup between the Bulldogs of Romeo and your Eisenhower Eagles. Eisenhower Eagles would like to thank our 2021 presenting athletic booster Tropical Smoothie Cafe for supporting our football program this year. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise, remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Eisenhower Eagle football pregame show on Shelby TV. Tonight we have a big MAC red matchup between the Eisenhower Eagles and the Romeo Bulldogs. The Eagles 1-4 on the year. The Bulldogs 4-1 with high hopes of going deep into the playoffs. I'm Tim Meyer along with Stephen McDonald. And Stephen, tell us a little bit about the Romeo Bulldogs.
Yeah, absolutely, Tim. So the Bulldogs, as you mentioned, come in 4-1 on the year. They're 2-1 in MAC Red play. They're also 2-0 away from their home field this year, and their head coach is Kurt Reynes. Now, last week, a 37-34 loss to Chippewa Valley at home, their lone loss so far here in 2021. Prior to that, Tim, 4 straight wins to begin the season. Now, a player that I'll be watching for here in tonight's game is quarterback Logan Ralphs. He's thrown for over 660 yards this year, averaging 130 plus per game. He's had 8 touchdown passes, but also 6 interceptions. That's something that I'll make a key on here in just a moment. He can also move a little bit in the pocket, create plays with his feet. But going back to those 6 interceptions, he does have the tendency to throw the ball into coverage quite a bit, leading to some of those interceptions that we've seen so far this year. So the key for this Eisenhower defense will be to get some pressure in the face of Logan Ralphs and get some interceptions here tonight, help their defense a little bit, give their offense some of that good field position to be able to put points up on the board, as we talked about before coming on the air here tonight.
And the Eisenhower Eagles 1-4 lost a tough one last week against the Grosse Pointe South Blue Devils down in Grosse Pointe, 9-3. Problem was the Eagles couldn't score any touchdowns. So that's going to be a big problem to watch tonight if the Eagles can score touchdowns. Plus their best defensive lineman, Nicholas Honecker, is going to be out. So we look forward to seeing if the Eagles can rebound tonight against the Romeo Bulldogs right after this.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Shelby TV Sports Special. I'm Tim Meyer along with Stephen McDonald, and it's Eisenhower and Romeo tonight, right here at Barney Swinehart Field. The Bulldogs took the opening kickoff to the 34-yard line. Will be 1st and 10 for Romeo.
Yeah, we'll get our first look at senior quarterback Logan Ralphs.
He hands off on a tough, hard run there. Number 6, Cameron Cole on the run. He got about 9 yards, just slicing right through the Eisenhower line. We mentioned in the pregame show tonight that Nicholas Honecker, the Eagles' best lineman, will be out. And we'll see how that affects Eisenhower. Back goes Rolfs to throw. Looking, going to dump it over the middle. He's got Santino Palazzolo, who's got it, and he's up to the Eisenhower 44. Finally tackled there by, looks like Aiden Eyes, and he's hurt. Oh, that's not good for Eisenhower. Looks like he's holding his hand. His finger or something.
Yeah, may have jammed it on that tackle of Palazzolo, but a high percentage throw there early for Logan Ralphs. Wide open over the middle. Looked like Eisenhower was in a zone. Their linebackers way downfield. Just nice, easy pass over the middle. Underneath that coverage, he's able to get upfield as we see the replay here and gets a lot of yardage before he's even contacted by an Eisenhower defender.
This is hand. I think his hand got stepped on. Although he's holding his rib. He's gonna get up. Oh, he's holding his right arm. It's not good for Eisenhower. If he cannot continue to play, we'll keep a monitor on that on the bench. Meanwhile, it's 1st and 10 Romeo. There, it's kind of rolling.
Yeah, see, he comes up grabbing that shoulder. But this Eisenhower defense coming into play here tonight, averaging 54 yards through the air against. Bulldogs able to pick up a big gain there through the air on 2nd and short.
Rolfs in the shotgun, gives to Cole. Going to try the right side. Got a little bit of a hole. Runs through it. Finally stopped out there by the Eagles at number 48. That is Dominic Ferraro. But not before Cole gets a first down for Romeo.
Yeah, this Bulldogs offense is very balanced this year. They have the ability to throw the ball with Ralphs. He can also run a little bit like I talked about pregame. There you see them just run it right at that Eagles defensive front. Eisenhower, Tim, we talked about before going on the air tonight, having a little bit of trouble stopping the run this year, and the Bulldogs able to capitalize off that there.
1st and 10, Romeo, ball on the Eisenhower 28. Santino Palazzolo coming in motion. Now he's going to line up as a flanker to the top of your screen. Ralphs gets the ball, going to throw it out to Cole again. Gets good blocking there. Finally edged out of bounds by Cardamone. But not before Cole gets about 4 yards. See it here.
As we take a look at the replay, a great pursuit by Cardamone from back deep in that Eisenhower defense, got downhill to the ball quickly, but again, a high percentage throw for Ralphs. We talked about has those 6 interceptions coming into play tonight. Get some pressure on him if you're the Eagles. They haven't been able to do so yet because of these quick throws.
2nd and 6. Ralphs going to roll out, being chased. Now he's going to fire, and he overthrew number 36. His brother Luke Ralphs goes incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 6 for Romeo. That previous play, that run, a little passer run. Got to give credit to Brady Goralski, number 60, for a tremendous block there.
And the first time we see here in the early going of our game, see Ralphs move out of the pocket, as we talked about, can extend plays, move around in the pocket, and try to open things up. And had his teammate there open, just couldn't connect.
Ralphs go back. Eisenhower blitzes. He throws it out there. It's caught, but out of bounds it goes. Nice play there by Myers.
Ralphs double clutching on this throw. Looked like the receiver might have fallen down coming back. And the Eagles able to rally to the football.
Well, here we go. It's going to be 4th and 8. They're going to go for it here, Romeo. So we'll see what happens.
And this is a good call by Kurt Reynes. You're deep in Eisenhower territory. Can't really do much to flip the field here, so might as well go for it.
From the Eagles. Ralphs looking, trying to get out of it. He's going to be sacked. Krasinski with a big sack. Andrew came up and met Rolfs before he could get a big gainer. And it's 1st and 10, Eisenhower.
Well, the Eagles defense was going to have to play tough. And they get the 4th down stop there.
Preston Crumb starting out at quarterback for Eisenhower. Quick throw out to Cardamone. He's got it and tossed around and out. Abounds at the 30 there. Number 2, Joey Kastrubiak. Here you see Kastrubiak comes up, meets Cardamone and drags him and throws him out of bounds. But a gain of 4 for Eisenhower. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Eagles.
And just as I talked about those quick, high percentage throws for Ralphs, they come out, give Preston Crumb one of his own.
Oh, wait, we got a flag here. What do we got? Illegal procedure against Eisenhower. See.
False start, offense, number 27. 5-yard foul, 2nd down.
Preston Crumb comes in completing 65% of his passes on the year, averaging just under 7 yards attempt.
That's going to move the Eagles back 5 yards. 2nd down and 11 for Eisenhower. And this offense can't afford to be making mistakes, as they have not scored a touchdown all of last game and are looking to kind of get some kind of a spark. Throw out. Barker couldn't make the catch. Kind of thrown a little bit away from him. He dove for it, but couldn't come up with it. So it's incomplete. Be third down at 11.
But on that play, we're going to see the replay here. Didn't get a good look at it on that angle, but Daniel Zolkowski did a spectacular job picking up the blitz off the top of the line of scrimmage, even allowing Preston Crum to make that throw.
I'm not sure what they're doing with 8 knives on the sideline, but it doesn't look good. Crum back to throw, just throws it in the ground and Carter Mullen. And they're going complete. It'll be third down and 11.
That's a good call by the sophomore quarterback, just essentially eating that football, not trying to put it in harm's way there. And his team will line up to punt.
Punt, short, taken there, the 50. Oh, got a nice block from number 49, Lucas Gabarick. And all the way down to the Eisenhower 25-yard line, no flags. See it here again. So 49 there for Romeo, a great block. First and 10, Eisenhower ball is on or first and 10 Romeo ball is on the 25 of Eisenhower. Now we got flags here. What do we got?
False start, offense, number 55. 5-yard foul, still first down.
But judging by the way that they are taping up 8 knives and taking his stuff off, he will not be back tonight. And that's a big loss for the Eagles. Rolfs will be from the shotgun. He's going to take it himself. He's going to run. He's got a little bit of running room. Almost broke a tackle there. Good job there by the Eagles. Number 6, Harmon. Blake Harmon, rather.
Romeo looking at a 2nd and 6.
It'll be second down and 6 for Romeo. Now we got a flag. Did somebody jump on that Eisenhower line? It looks like they did.
Yeah, looks like Santino Palazzolo came in motion.
Offside, defense, number 71. 5 yards from the previous spot, down remains second.
And as soon as that flag came out, started clapping his hands, so it was a safe bet to guess that it was against Eisenhower there.
Yeah, Tom Junkin jumped off. And so now it's going to be second down and 1 for Romeo, and you do not want to give him these types of situations on 2nd and 1.
Gives the Bulldogs the opportunity to run the football if they want, can also air it out inside the 20-yard line.
They're going to run it. And good run by the Romeo Bulldogs. Strubiak. Joey gets it all the way down to the Eisenhower 5. It'll be 1st and goal, Romeo.
Romeo's got 1st and goal on the 5-yard.
Nice run on 2nd down and short to that right side of the line of scrimmage. That right side doing well to get off those initial blocks, get downfield, and be able to create some running room for Kostrubiak.
Rolfs. He's going to take it himself. He is down to the 1-yard line where it'll be 2nd and goal from the 1.
Kostrubiak. Got that, rolls short.
Very close to putting that ball in the end zone. Does have a few rushing scores here on the year. Also waited till the last possible moment to pull that ball out from Cameron Cole. Again, Eagles will have to be very disciplined up front against this Romeo running game. They can throw a lot of different things at you.
Rolf's going to take it himself, and he dives over. Touchdown, Romeo.
A great second effort by Logan Rolfs. It looked like he was initially stopped there at the line of scrimmage, kept pushing his feet forward, and somehow able to get up and over that pile along the goal line.
Well, you gave Romeo a short field. And punt return. And an extra point attempt there by Bulldogs. Yeah, it's just no good. We thought it was no good from up here. Anthony Morici, number 39, couldn't kick it through the upright, so it's 6-0 Romeo with, well, it looks like 4:34 left to play here in the first quarter. And hey, I would like to remind you folks, this game is being brought to you by Esplendidos. And they're down at Mound Road, just south of 23. And you were going to take me to dinner the other night there, but I had to cancel on you. But what were you going to get when you got down there, Stephen?
I was definitely looking at the pizza. You know, they've catered for us here the last few games. Everybody loves their food, keeps our crew very well fed. So I definitely had my eye on some of that pizza.
Esplendidos is a great supporter of the Eisenhower Eagle football program. So here we go. Eisenhower's going to get the kickoff here with 4:34 left to go in the first quarter. It's a high kick. Who's going to take it? It's going to be Solkowski. Daniel, straight arm, over the 20, the 25, to the 30-yard line. Nice return by Daniel Solkowski, giving the Eisenhower Eagles good field position.
And Tim, just taking a quick look out at the crowd in front of us, both sides really filled up here tonight from Swinehart Field. Romeo Bulldogs fans showing out in big numbers, especially that student section across the field from us.
Well, they all look like road workers over there with the colors they're wearing. I thought maybe you might see them on the road. You want to avoid it. Here we go. Crum pitches out to Sikoski. He's got a little bit of running room. And out he goes. Joey Kostrubic with the tackle there. But a good gain by Daniel as he's up to the 33-yard line, just over it. 3 yards. Good play here.
Yeah,
they'll get farther than that. That's a bad spot.
Yeah, they'll give him 3 on the play, but anytime you can get positive yardage on first down, that's definitely a good way to go.
Throw out to Barker, it goes incomplete. And you know what? Barker was best to let that ball drop. That was probably the smartest play he could have made.
And Tim, it looked there like Romeo just knew that play was coming right at the snap, possibly scouted that play on film, as that defensive back was right there in Ethan Barker's face before that ball was even really there.
And like I said, yeah, but I mean, Barker just knew he was going to get creamed, so he just let it drop. 3rd and 7 for Eisenhower, ball on the 33-yard line. Ball back to throw. Fires out there. Caught out there by Bennett Cardamone. Bounces off Kostrubic and gets the first down with a few extra yards.
And even here in the early stages of our game, still 3.5 minutes to go first quarter, a big first down for this Eagles offense as Cardamone just absorbs that hit right around that first down line. Because with that 3rd down pass being incomplete, that stopped the clock, you don't convert that 3rd down, you give the ball right back to Romeo with a 6-0 lead.
1st and 10, Eisenhower on their own 45-yard line. Now the give is to Daniel. Sikoski gets through a hole, stays on his feet, and gets the first down.
And I'd love to see another angle of this run if our crew can get it for us, because it looked like Zolkowski squeezed through the tightest hole there in the middle of that offensive line, but was able to get out the other side and get a nice gain there. Yeah, really squeezes his way through over the center, makes a couple men miss, and that's a great run on first down.
So it will be 1st and 10 in the Romeo 44 for Eisenhower. Crum looks, throws, almost picked off there by number 13. That's Anthony Makowski. Anthony couldn't find the handle. I don't know. I thought Press was trying to squeeze it somewhere where it wasn't. Oh, I see what he was trying to do. And Makowski cut in front of it, reading it all the way.
Yeah, got that hand out there on it, just couldn't bring that other one in to corral that football, and as you saw there, definitely frustrated with himself, but still made a heck of a play.
Oh, it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Eisenhower. Give us Sokowski, and he's not going to go anywhere. Nowhere. Stuffed right there in the middle, led by number 11 for the Luca Manello.
Yeah, a few plays ago, Zolkowski didn't need a ton of room to pick up some chunk yardage there, had even less to work with, and the Bulldogs defensive line able to bring him down before he really got anywhere.
They lost a yard on that play, so it'll be 3rd and 11 for the Eagles on the Bulldog 45. Let's see what the Eisenhower team draws up here. Romeo playing a real press on the Eagles. Crum looking. Now his man is going to fire across looking for Cardamone. Cardamone wants a flag. And referee says, no. He was looking for Barker. Ethan Barker was pushed out of bounds.
And on that throw, Anthony Lomakoski, who nearly came away with the interception a few plays ago, right in the face of Crum as he lets this ball go. Gave him a little shove out of bounds. Nothing to warrant a flag, though.
I know Coach Smith is pretty hot about it on the sidelines.
Yeah, no coach is ever too happy with their quarterback getting hit, especially as that ball's being thrown like Crum was.
Khalil is deep for Romeo. And he'll kick it. He'll take the line drive, fair catch. Right there at the 15-yard line, and the Bulldogs will start out there with 1:45 left to play right here in the first quarter. The Bulldogs coming out with a touchdown there, but they had a short field. Let's see how they play. Eisenhower stopped them basically on that first drive with short field, but now they got, what, 85 yards to go.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Logan Ralphs can do, as you mentioned, with this longer field. Maybe they open the playbook up a bit more. We have seen him get outside the pocket a few times looking to throw, had a man open earlier, just couldn't connect.
Goes Ralphs, got a little bit of running room. Tripped up there, looks like Ames in there to start the whole tackle process. But Ralphs gets about 4 yards. They're going to give him, he's about 4 yards, so it's going to be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Ralphs had some room on that right side. Looked like he might have bumped into one of his blockers in front of him. Then after that, just kind of slowed his momentum, and Eisenhower able to get downhill to the football.
Yeah, Ralphs from the shotgun. Taking himself, sees a little hole, runs up the middle, got the first down, grabbed by a bunch of Eagles. Policy was in there along with Myers. Number 45 of Eisenhower. That's up with Sherry.
As we see the replay here, Ralphs evading his offensive lineman that time, able to get a lot of speed going as he got into that second level of the Eisenhower defense, able to move the chains for a Bulldogs first down.
Let's see what he dials up here. Eagles desperately trying to stop Romeo here on this drive. Quick pass to Cole, he's got it. He's hit right immediately It was Ferraro, number 48, got him immediately, but it was a good gainer, 7 yards. Second down and 3.
And another one of those high percentage throws, just pitch and catch with his receivers out wide, a slant route underneath on this Eisenhower defense. They can go deep if they want to.
It is the end of the first quarter.
But they'd like to, against this Eagles secondary, just kind of keep everything underneath. We've seen a couple swing passes to some receivers and running backs out of the backfield, just keeping it within rhythm for Ralphs, not trying to extend him. As we mentioned pregame, has those 6 interceptions coming into play tonight. And they also had some success there, Tim, first quarter running the football.
Yeah, at the end of the first quarter, Romeo 6, Eisenhower nothing. Romeo scoring on their second drive, set up by a nice punt return by number 24, Khalil McLeod, and he got him going. It was a short field. They marched down, but the Eagles cannot let Romeo run on them like they had. They got to figure a way to stop that. And they got to figure a way to consistently make plays on offense.
Yeah, Eagles defense comes in, giving up about 220 yards rushing per game on the year. So Romeo dedicating that first quarter a bit to running the football, establishing that line of scrimmage.
Joey Kostrubic, he's not going to go anywhere. Good read and a good play there. Number 74 for the Eisenhower Eagles, that's Krasinski.
Eagles defensive front does well to plug up that running lane before anything really got started.
Well, it will be third down. 4. Ball is on the Romeo 39, so we'll see what the Bulldogs dial up here. The give is to Palazzolo. He crosses over the 40. As he got the first down, that's the question. Where are they going to mark it? They're going to give him the first down.
He did fall forward on that tackle, kind of flipped over an Eagles defender and landed on the other side of that first down line by about a yard or so as we get another look at it.
I think it was Dominic Ferrara. Well, there's Johnston. And
yep, he flips over Cardamone.
Romeo quickly up to the line. Going to give it a cut made there by Joey Kostrubic. And a great play and arm tackle there by Krasinski. He gets up a little shaken. It was not his arm, it's a little ankle thing. And coming in for Eisenhower will be number 45, Lorenzo Macheri, taking Krasinski's place. I think he got a little bit of an ankle, got to walk off.
And on that hurry up to the line, Eagles defensive front did well to be ready at the snap and snuff that play out.
2nd and 10. Strubic in motion. Back goes Ralph to throw. He's going to look long and deep. Got a man down there. It's Goralski. But incomplete. Overthrow him, threw him. And Blake Harmon was back there on the coverage. He was catching up to Goralski. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
And as we get another look at this throw by Ralphs, Tim, this was a play that when preparing for this matchup here tonight from Swinehart Field, I saw some plays where they go to this, they'll run, then all of a sudden they go play action, as we saw there from Ralphs. Does well to really sell that fake, then all of a sudden turns and they send that guy down the middle of the field, and if that safety bites on the play action, he'll be wide open as he was there, just unable to hit that pass.
Let's see what the Bulldogs call up here is Ralphs in a shotgun. What we got? Timeout Romeo. They're going to call timeout and talk about
Romeo. First charge timeout of the half.
They're going to want to find out who they want to expose on that Eisenhower defense. But I have to give it to the Eagle defense. They're out there in a lot of pressure. I know they're not getting really a lot of support from the offense yet. It's just not clicking. And they're hanging in there against a bigger, more senior-laden team.
Yeah, they've done pretty well outside of maybe a couple runs here in the early going of stopping the run against this Bulldogs team. That's something that we talked about they want to do. They're going to run it probably 60% of the time, throw it the other 40% with Ralphs. They took the deep shot there a couple plays ago. But yeah, like you said, Tim, very impressed with this Eagles defense so far. And a big third down for this Bulldogs offense. As they're right around that midfield area, they're kind of in no man's land. Where do you decide to go for it, or do you punt it away?
Third down, try to get Eisenhower to jump. Hard count by Rolfe. Now he's going to roll out, being chased. Johnson had him, he eludes him. Now he finds his man out there. Oh, we got a penalty, and it's going to be, I think, against Eisenhower, but nice play by Rolfe to avoid the tackle and then get it out to Tyler Pressel, number 30. See what that penalty's about, but I believe it's going to be against Eisenhower. Let's see here.
Yeah, it was tough to tell on that angle on the replay, but this is most likely going to be a late
Personal
hit.
foul, roughing the passer, defense. 15 yards from the end of the run, automatic first down.
Oh, that's a killer there, I'll tell you what. Down to the 26-yard line of Eisenhower with the penalty.
Yeah, and that really hurts Eisenhower big time. A 3rd and 10 conversion, you give up that first down, now you tack on the penalty yardage for the late hit, and that ball was well out of Logan Rolfe's hands.
Russell gets it here, tries to cut through. Nice play to fill the gap by the Eagles. Number 48. Ferraro, Dominic doing a good job. Maybe a gain of half yard on that. Call it 2nd and 10.
And I could be wrong, Tim, but I'm not so sure that Pressel took the right angle there. I believe he's supposed to curl behind Ralphs and take that handoff, instead cut in front of him, and that led to a little bit of a disruption there on that run.
Bennett Cardamone in there as well. 2nd and 10. Rolfe's going to keep it. He pulls it back. Blake Harmon's got him, and the rest of the Eagles are jumping in there, but Logan Rolfes does a great job of getting the ball down to the Eagle 9-yard line.
I love the way Ralphs runs. We'll see the replay. Waits. I love how he does that fake as well on that read. Waits till the very last possible second to pull that ball out of the running back's stomach. But I do, Tim, I love the way he runs. As we saw half the Eagles defense just piling on there at the end, trying to bring him down to the ground.
He's put on a tremendous amount of muscle in the offseason compared to last year when he was a junior. There's Rolfes from the shotgun. Faked it to Cole. Now he goes outside to McLeod. McLeod is undercut out there by Cardamone. He gets down to about the 6-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and goal.
And again, just an easy swing pass out wide to the receiver. I know a lot of people don't like that play, Tim, just throwing it out there, but you have one man to block. They get that man blocked, and now it's just making that extra guy miss. And on that play, they just couldn't do it, as it looks like they had Khalil McLeod on the receiving end.
7:40 left to play here in the half. The Eagles trail at 6-0. It's 2nd and goal from the 6 for Romeo. Ooh, we get some flags. Did somebody move? Or did Eisenhower jump offside?
False start, offense, number 36. 5-yard foul, down remains the same.
Well, they usually don't name the number of the player who caused a penalty in high school, but it was Logan Rolfe's brother Luke that committed the illegal procedure. It was illegal, and he was penalized. 5 yards. So here we go, 2nd down and goal from the 11. Rolfe's flinched a little bit at quarterback. And he's not supposed to be doing that.
You have McLeod down here at the bottom of the screen. Safety looks like he's coming over with some help.
Too much time. Romeo's going to move backwards.
Delay a
again.
game. Offense, number 1. 5-yard foul. Still second down.
So now it's second and goal from the, what is it, that the 16 and a half, 17-yard line? We'll have to counsel Jack Kramer here. What is that, the 16 or 17, Jack? He's official scorer, so he says the 16, so that's what we're going to go with.
And some really costly penalties for Romeo. False start, and then the delay of game. So 2 penalties backs you up 10 yards. You didn't even snap the football.
Rolf's rolling out, stringing it out, being chased there. Breaks a couple of tackles, but not the last one there. I think that was Neal on that last tackle. It'll be third and goal from the 12-yard line.
And I understand that play call on second down after those penalties. You're outside the 15-yard line. You get some of that back. I don't necessarily love it, but I understand it because you're not trying to get it all back in one play, and it sets you up with a little bit easier of a third down call now.
Rolf's got Cole in the backfield with him, but it doesn't look like he's going to. Rolf's got a little bit of room, going to the outside, throws, and caught out there. Santonio Palazzolo with a touchdown for Romeo.
And Tim, just like I said, didn't necessarily love that second down play call, but again, it sets you up for a lot easier third down as we saw there. Rolf's able to buy some time. We've talked about that a ton here so far, able to extend plays just as he did there, and is able to find the open man for that touchdown.
Anthony Maurici out for the extra point attempt, held by Goralski. This kick is up, and it is good. So with 5:29 left to play here in the second quarter, the Romeo Bulldogs lead the Eisenhower Eagles 13-0, and got in the feeling that the defense may be able to stop Romeo, but a nice pass play to Palazzolo, and it looked like Rolf's kind of floated it up there.
Yeah, didn't necessarily need to zip that ball in. Got it up over that defender right in front of the receiver, Palazzolo. A really nice touch on that ball, but again, does well to move outside the pocket, extend the play, and as you see there, just kind of flicks his wrist to get that ball up over the Eagles secondary for that touchdown. But
Nice
this
little
is
touch pass.
Yeah, nice little touch pass, but this to me, Tim, is now time for the Eagles offense to respond. They need to put something up on the board here, even if it's a field goal, just to get something on the board, give their offense a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum, and just to give your defense a little bit of a breather. They've played a ton here in this first half.
Ready for Eisenhower, Sokolski, 27.
And Brandon Kedrow, number 30.
It's a pop-up. Caught there by Bills. He's not going too far. Down at the 24-yard line. That was a little bit of a different kick. That must have been almost like a punt.
Yeah, looks like they elected to keep it away from Zilkowski. Kicked it in his half of the field, but elected to play it short. Bills able to make at least something out of the return.
So I said to 24, but I meant what I said. First and 10. The Bills in motion. Give us to Sokolski. He runs into the Romeo Bulldogs. Big number 68, Doug Malcolm. And Doug just kind of gave him the bear hug and said, I'm pulling you down, son.
Yeah, and sometimes that's what you need to do against these Eisenhower runners. Just get your arms around them and just drag them down with you.
Andrew's a big, he's not a big guy, but he's tough. Big Doug's a mountain up there compared to Daniel Sokolski. Oh, here we go. Second down and 8. A couple yards for Daniel. And he's behind Preston Crum. And the snap goes over Crum's head. He falls on it way back at the 17. Now they're going to call him down. They're going to call him down at the 15. But, man, you needed a break. You didn't get it. You got to break the wrong way.
And I think Eisenhower can be glad that he fell on it because Victor Earl, number 8 in white, the sophomore linebacker, was bearing down on him going for that loose ball. So if Crum wasn't able to fall on it, Earl was right there to clean it up.
Would have been disastrous for Eisenhower. So here comes Crum. We'll see what he's going to call here. Pitch out to Carnavone. He juggles it, but now he heads straight forward. Bennett getting back, trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Whistle had blown. That's no fumble. But at least he'll give some breathing room for the Eagles. Carnavone comes up a little shook. He's hopping off. I don't know what happened. Maybe a hip pointer, huh?
And all of a sudden, Tim, Eagles getting a little bit sloppy with the football. The snap over the head of Crum on the last play. Now the pitch off the fingertips momentarily by Cardamone, but he's able to corral it and able to make an actually pretty solid gain there.
Now we'll see if Anil can kick one out of his shoes here. And he does. Then he kicks a little roller. It's going to stop like your pitching was on the green. And roll out of bounds, and Romeo will have it again. Eisenhower territory. We got a flag. Yes, we do. I'll just see what the flag's about. Certainly wasn't roughing the kicker. There was nobody by Anil.
And depending on which way this goes, could be very important for Romeo's starting field position, because it looks like after that kick, they would have it on Eisenhower's side of the field, but if this is on Romeo, it'll back them up on their half of the 50. Looks like officials are pointing the way of Romeo.
Block below the waist, offense number 48. That follows decline, first down Romeo.
There you have it.
That shows how much I know.
They never cease to amaze us what they find up there. It's Dominic Ferraro, the senior, with the block below the waist. But Romeo will have the ball on the Eisenhower 47 with 2:49 left to play here in the second quarter.
And again, this Eisenhower defense having to play from their side of the 50 to start.
Here comes Kostrubic. Got a little bit of blocking around that right side. Finally knocked out by Blake Harmon. He's close to a first down. Let's see if they give it to him.
And a really nice call on first down, that little misdirection handoff to the motion man. Those offensive linemen did well to pull through that right side of the line and get out in front of Joey Kostrubic.
And he's a yard short. So it'll be 2nd and 1. Ball on the Eagle 38-yard line. There's Cole trying to go around the right side. Almost stopped there. Nice penetration by Anil, but Cole forges forward now. Has he got the first down, or is he short as well? Now they're going to call him short, so it'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, he was initially stopped in the backfield for a loss, but able to get back to that line of scrimmage, bringing up 3rd down and 1. It looks like Romeo will get up and go again.
Comes Krasinski, and they got him. It'll be 4th down.
And again, an interesting situation here. I'm assuming that Kurt Reynes will go for this on 4th and 1 in plus territory, but again, the Bulldogs ball carrier able to fall forward, at least get back to that line of scrimmage after it looks like he was stopped in the backfield.
Joey Leone's in there for Eisenhower number 76. We'll see what Ross does here. Might just call his own number. No, he does. Blazes up the middle, around Harmon, headed to the to the 5. Finally tackled by Cody Raymond out of bounds.
And once again, I'll say it, he waits until the very last possible second to pull that ball out, fooled the entire Eisenhower defensive front, but at the end of that run, I don't like the way that Logan Ralphs was carrying that football. You see a look at it here on the replay. He'll start to kind of hang that ball out just a little bit as Cardamone was bearing down on him, so he needs to tuck that football a little bit closer into his body.
We got a big block by Giacomo, number 75. Over center goes Ralphs. Pitch it out to Joey Kostrubik. He's initially hit there by Ames. And then Krzyzewski cleans him up.
Well, we're in the final minute of play here in the first half. Romeo still has 2 timeouts to work with, but looks like they'll try to wind this down before putting something in the end zone.
Now Ralphs is in trouble. Johnson's got him. Pitches out. Oh, to Palazzolo and the Eagles right there.
Well, Tim,
That's your timeout.
That's a play where you took bad and basically made it worse, because there was nothing that could have come from that pitch that could have made that play better than what it was. That's where Ralphs needs to sit on that ball, just go down, because when he makes that pitch, all that happened was the ball carrier ends up going backwards for even more yardage, or even worse, he throws that ball away and Eisenhower's the other way with nobody back for Romeo to stop them. But a great play by 33 Christian Johnson to make that play in the backfield.
And the rest of the Eagles clean him up. But now it's a long, 3rd and goal. Ball on the 11. The Eagles have pushed back. See what Rolf's going to do now. He's going to roll out. He's going to cut the middle. I throw. Touchdown, Romeo. Palazzolo.
And that's what can happen when you have a quarterback that can extend plays, get outside the pocket. He does well to move that Eisenhower defense, and that's where you get that window to make that throw. He gets that window because of his ability to move the defense with his body.
Cardamone a little late. Look, Cardamone thought he could cut in front of it. He was a little late on the read.
And I've been really impressed outside of that late pitch a few plays ago with the play of Logan Ralphs. We've seen a lot of different throws from a lot of different angles from him in this first half. We talked about that touch pass for the touchdown a little bit earlier. We saw him move outside the pocket there, zip that ball in. It's a beautifully thrown ball on the frame of Santino Palazzolo. Yeah, I've been really impressed with the play of Logan Ralphs here in half number 1 from the senior.
Well, he's done with his legs and done with his arm. A couple of touchdown passes tonight for Logan Ralphs, senior from Romeo. Now the Eagles have got to hold out. It's 20-0 with 15 seconds left to play in the second half. Faithful smiles on their faces.
Yeah, this was going to be a tough ask for this Eisenhower defense here today. A team that's very balanced in Romeo offensively. They love to run the football. They can also pass it pretty well, as we've seen from Ralphs here in the first half. They need to be very sound defensively, but they've also been put in some pretty tough situations as well.
Sikowski. Trying to go around the side. His blockers never picked up anybody. He got up to the 20. So we got 8 seconds left in the half. I mean, you're down 20-0. Might as well throw the bomb, I guess. Throw it long.
You definitely could. Wouldn't hurt when you're, like you said, down 20-0. You just need something going into halftime to give your team some momentum. So you could see them take a deep shot here.
That's not going to happen.
But the safer bet, as they will do, is to line up and just take this one into half.
And that is what they are going to do. We're going to take a halftime break here. The Eisenhower Eagles trail Romeo Bulldogs 20-0. We'll be back with more football right after this.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate! Ladies and gentlemen, now on the field is the 135-member Pride of Eisenhower High School, the 2021 Eisenhower Marching Eagles. The Eisenhower Marching Eagles run in the direction of Mr. Jonathan Carruthers with the assistance of Mrs. Yolanda Parker. The Marching Eagles run to the field direction of drum majors Madison Bellman, Lauren Petterly, and Isabella Visnall. Field commanders are Ethan Delbeck, Frankie Mortellaro, and Rosie Siriaco. Our color guard captain is Danielle Carlisi. Drum majors, is your band ready? field is yours for this evening's halftime performance. As the September party ends and the night grows quiet, we have time to reflect on how our actions have influenced our dreams. The sweet song I Dreamed a Dream from the 1985 musical Les Miserables asks that question. How have my decisions affected my dreams? Our version is under the field direction of Madison Bellman and features Brianna Belisle on mellophone, Divya Bartley on trumpet, and color guard soloist Peyton Mazurek on rifle. Tyler of the band Aerosmith wrote the 1973 hit Dream On when he was 14 years old. He said that the song is about dreaming until your dreams come true. Well, we all know that dreaming alone won't do that. Learning new things, remembering our experiences, and learning from our mistakes. In other words, using our memories can make our dreams come true. The Marching Eagles present Dream On under the direction of Lauren Petterly, and we are featuring Sarah Weir on baritone and color guard soloist Madeline Elton. High. Please welcome them to the field while we perform two selections as a combined band. Our first tune is by Bruce Channel. It actually inspired several early Beatles songs. Since then, it's become a staple of high school and college marching bands. Conducted by Madison Bellman, this is Hey Baby. Our next tune is from the American pop rock band Panic at the Disco. This hit from 2018 surpassed their previous highest charting song, which was I Write Sins Not Tragedies. Conducted by Izzy Bisnaugh, this is High Hopes. To close out tonight's halftime performance, once again, let's have everyone up to cheer along with us as we present the Eisenhower Fight Song. Let's hear it for the 2021 Eisenhower Marching Eagles and the Malo and Shelby Junior High Band. The Marching Eagles wish to thank everyone who came out to support us this evening. A big thank you to all of our band camp, parental staff, and clinicians. We would also like to thank the Eisenhower Instrumental Music Boosters for their continued support. The Eisenhower bands are conducting a year-long fundraising raffle. Tickets are available at the table by the main concession stand. There are new winners every week. The Marching Eagles will be performing their full show of Memories and Dreams at the conclusion of tonight's game. Stay in your seats. You won't want to miss it. We hope you've enjoyed the sights and sounds of the 2021 Eisenhower Marching Eagles and the combined bands of Shelby and Malo Junior High School. The Eisenhower Eagles would like to thank our 2021 presenting athletic booster, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, for supporting our football program this year. Thank you to Total Health Systems and Peter J. Lucido, your Macomb County Prosecutor, the official athletic boosters of your 2021 Eisenhower Eagles.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to this Shelby TV sports special. We're here at Barney Swinehart Field for a MAC Red matchup between the Eisenhower Eagles and the Romeo Bulldogs. The Bulldogs lead it 20-0. I'm Tim Meyer along with Stephen McDonald. And Stephen, there it is, the first touchdown of the game.
Yeah, Logan Rolfs, as I mentioned pregame, was a guy that I was going to be watching a lot here tonight. The quarterback, number 1 in white for the Romeo Bulldogs, had a sensational first half of play, leading to 20 points on the board for this Romeo offense. Threw a couple really nice touchdown passes in that first half. Also had a couple really nice runs as well. We see one of those there, just dragging that Eisenhower defense along the way. Here we see him extend the play. Just give that nice little touch over the top to the wide open man, Santino Palazzolo. And something I talked about there in that first half, I love how he operates this read option, holds on to that ball until the last possible second on that run, as we saw in that last replay. Then again, extending the play, finding his man in the end zone. That's Palazzolo again. They connected a couple times there in the first half. Also had a rushing score, did Ralphs. And the Eisenhower offense needs to get something going here in the second half. They've put a lot of pressure so far on their defense to make plays, and they have come up with plays, Tim, in that first half, and I'm sure we'll see more of that in the second half. But again, this Eisenhower offense needs to get into somewhat of a rhythm.
Daniel Sokowski's deep along with Brandon Kidrow. Kicks another high one. Sokowski the 15, he cuts it up and being taken down there by the Bulldogs number 8, Victor Earl.
And we saw on one of the kickoffs in the first half, they kicked it short to Hayden Bills. This time they elect to kick it to Zolkowski, and not a ton of room there on the return for Daniel Zolkowski.
We'll see what the Eisenhower Eagle offense can come up with here and try to at least spark and keep that defense off the field. Maybe score one for us here.
And starting, sorry Tim, go ahead.
Sokowski's in the backfield. Crum out to Cardamone, and tackle right there for a loss. Looks like number 25, Matthew Klotz with the tackle. A loss of a yard. And it's almost like Romeo could see the short pass game coming.
Yeah, just trying to get something quick and easy, setting up for Preston Crum. But again, just another play where it's the right idea, just doesn't really go the way the Eagles wanted to on first down there.
Crum now back to throw, being rushed. And fire out there, got Barker, he's got it! And he fumbles a football. Looks like the Eagles have it. That's what we've been looking for, Stephen.
Yeah, they finally take that shot. Preston Crum finds Barker over the middle. And just as they get that big play, they make us hold our breath for just a second as Barker loses that football right at the end, gets it punched out there.
Hayden Bills with the recovery for Eisenhower.
Looks like Kostrubiak punched it out. But again, they finally get that big play, something going, and then all of a sudden Barker loses it, and you really have to hold your breath for a second to see how that played out.
There's Crum, he's going to run one. He's going to get a couple of yards, but you know, you got to do that. You got to keep the defense honest so they don't play the pitch.
Yeah, makes the right decision, reads that front block right in front of his face, decides to keep it, picks up a few, as you mentioned, and again, anytime you're picking up positive yardage on first down, that's always the way to go. Even if it's getting 2-3 yards on first down, that really sets you up well for second and third down.
2nd and 8 for Eisenhower. Now Crum's going to roll out, looking for a man. Avoids one tackle, stays on his feet, maybe got a couple of yards. Run out of bounds there. We got a penalty. I don't know, that might have been roughing the passer. It looked like he was already out of bounds, Stephen, and the Romeo player ran at him, but maybe not.
Yeah, anytime you see that flag come in late when the quarterback's heading over to the sideline, that's generally what you're going to see is a late hit roughing the passer. I thought downfield as Crum rolled out to his right, it looked like he had Cardamone for maybe a split second, but I think he made the right decision to hold on to
personal
it.
foul, late hit, 25 of the defense. 15-yard foul results in a first down.
Matthew floats the hit. We'll see it here. Really see much there.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's a play where he was kind of tiptoeing the sideline. Maybe the defender didn't know he stepped out of bounds. The whistle may have come in late there, and he made contact with him right as that whistle blew up. I'm not really sure about that call.
Here comes Cardamone on a sweep. He's going to cut it back. Got some running room to the 10, to the 5, and out of bounds he goes. Run out there by Caleb Youngblood.
All of a sudden now Eisenhower starting to pick things up offensively. They're finding some openings. They're moving the ball down the field. This possession started all the way back around their 15-yard line. So this is exactly what we needed to see from Eisenhower coming out to start this second half. Survived that fumble by Barker a few plays ago. Now they need to put this ball in the end zone.
The Eagles are down to the 4-yard line where it'll be first and goal, Eisenhower. Pass to Barker, and Preston Crum were not on the same page there. Good coverage there by McLeod.
Yeah, McLeod just jams him right around the goal line, not giving him any room to get towards that back pylon, which is looks like where Crum wanted to go with that football.
Yeah, he got rid of it a little early too. He could have probably helped himself by throwing it at that back pylon.
But still not a bad play call on first down. Still just brings up second and goal, so still lots to work with.
Give us to Cardamone. He's got his feet, keeps moving them, getting pushed, and touchdown, Eisenhower.
And that is a Bennett Cardamone run. He gets stuffed right around the line of scrimmage, but he did not care. He kept his feet moving. He dragged that Bulldogs defense into the end zone with him, and he comes out the other side.
And he got a little help from pushing, almost fumbled, and then was pushed over by his look at big Joey Leone, number 76 there, big part of that.
Yeah, somebody in the hole got their hand on Cardamone's ball-carrying arm, made sure he tucked that football in and just kept dragging people with him.
There's Julian Lee on for the extra point. His kick is punched up, and it's good. So with 8:45 left to go in the third quarter, Eisenhower comes and marches down the field, gets a touchdown, and it's 20-7 Bulldogs.
And that's how the Eisenhower Eagles needed to come out to start this second half, put points up on the board, move the ball down the field, really get Crum in a rhythm. That deep ball definitely helped, also establishing the running game there on that possession. This is going to be a very interesting second half if the Eagles offense can start to move the ball like they did on that possession. Now Tim goes back to the defense. Can the defense get a stop, get the ball back to their offense, maybe put another touchdown on the board, and really make this thing interesting for Romeo?
Let's see who's going to kick off. And it looks like Julian Lee's going to kick off. He is normally the field goal and extra point specialist. And
looks like number 16 in white for
Goralski,
Romeo.
yeah, Goralski's back there. And who else is back there? It looks like.
So with Lee lining up to kick, maybe something coming from the Eagles on this kickoff?
We'll see. He's a soccer player, so boots it high, it's deep. And bobble there. Taken by the Bulldogs, number 30, And that is Tyler Presley. Tyler gets it up to the 30.
So back out comes Logan Ralphs, the senior quarterback. Had a very nice first half for this Bulldogs offense. We'll see what he can do on their first possession here in half number 2.
Romeo looks like they've lined up and they're just going to run the football here. And they do. Cole with it. He smashes forward. Tackle there by Ferraro. The rest of the Eagles got 4 yards. 2nd and 6 for Romeo. See it here. Good job there by. There's Palazzolo, and he's not going anywhere. Christian Johnson, number 33, with the stop.
Yeah, again, Johnson doing a great job of reading run there on that quick little shovel pass. Able to get in the backfield quickly and blow that play up really before it even had a chance to get started.
Steals in there, spelling Krasinski. Ralphs in the shotgun. He looks. He throws downfield. Dropped by Goralski. It'll be brought down. Cody Raymond back there on the coverage, but looked like it was a little behind him, Steven.
A little behind him. He also, I noticed, had McLeod over the middle. Looked like on a post route between the safeties. Maybe a dangerous ball, like I talked about pregame, has a tendency to throw a bit of a dangerous ball into coverage. That could have been a dangerous ball, but did look like he had him initially off his break.
This is Rolfs back there punting. Cardamone is deep for Eisenhower. I'm sorry, that's Hayden Bills. Deep for Eisenhower. Kick's a high one. Nice kick, got it to turn over. The Eagles let it roll, and it gets a fortunate Romeo roll. Down to the 17-yard line. It's going to go, and it'll be 1st and 10. Romeo. Bills probably should have went up there and fair caught that football. But he'll learn.
A big bounce for Romeo, backs up Eisenhower around their 17-yard line, and that's really been kind of the story of this game, the field position battle between these two teams. Eisenhower starting generally around this point in the field. Romeo a little bit better field position, has even started a possession or two in plus territory tonight.
Matt Ames, number 5, is in there, wide receiver for the injured Aiden Ives. And so is Cody Raymond. He's a big target. Now, Crum scrambling. Throw it down, looking for Raymond. He's got it at the 40.
Well, we saw the touch in the first half from Logan Ralphs on one of those touchdown passes to Palazzolo. We saw it there from Preston Crum, throwing that ball down the sideline over the defensive back's outstretched arm. We'll see it on the replay here, just up and over. Looks like McLeod was there in coverage.
Khalil couldn't jump high enough for that one, so it'll be 1st and 10 Eisenhower at their own 42-yard line.
And again, Tim, they take that deep shot, a little bit of a scramble by Crum, extending that play, but they take the deep shot and it works out, and now they're on the move.
Cardamone cuts in, but that hole closes really quickly. And I believe that was number 45 for the Romeo Bulldogs, Mark George, who just stuffed Bennett. He made the cut. He saw a little bit of opening. Look, boom, boom, boom. No.
Yeah, makes that vertical cut. Saw that little bit of an opening, but the Bulldogs linebackers do well to fill that lane.
That was actually Anthony Lomakowski, number 13, middle linebacker. Like Crum avoids the sack. Looking. Run out of bounds. Oh, and he smacked hard. Preston smacked hard, but he pops right up. Matthew Cloaks, who had the penalty against him the last time, Crum gets 3 yards. See it here.
And as he makes his way towards that far sideline, rolling right.
Oh, no, that wasn't close. That was the Duke of Earl.
Yeah, that hit inbound, so no flag there. Good call. But he looked like he wanted to go to the left side of the field. Had a couple guys going down the near sideline.
Crum looking. Throws to Barker. He's got it. Tackled immediately, but it's a first down for Eisenhower.
And he had his helmet ripped off on the way to the ground. And again, Crum doing well to extend that play, rolling to his right.
Sees Barker there and does a good job getting it to him.
A dangerous throw, not just because Barker took that heavy hit, but just because it was thrown into coverage as he was rolling to his right. But it does, in the end, pay off for the Eagles.
First and 10, Eisenhower, ball on the Romeo 44. Pitch out to Daniel Sikowski, breaks one tackle, pulled forward, and he's pulled all the way up to the 38 and finally tackled.
And it looks like this Eagles offense is starting to figure out that they won't be able to move the ball so much up the middle inside the box against this Bulldogs defense. Now starting to get outside, even Crum getting outside the pocket to make some of these throws.
Jackson Radke dragged him forward for a couple extra yards for Daniel. Second down. They gave him 6 on the play, 2nd and 4. They gave us a Slikowski again. He fights and fights and can't get to the original line of scrimmage. Earl on the tackle.
And again, Romeo has the Eisenhower ball carrier stuffed in the backfield. But Slikowski able to keep his feet moving and drags Earl with him just to get back to that line of scrimmage.
That looked like a funny looking play, didn't it?
Yeah, I think on that play it would have been better for Crum to have held on to that ball himself. Maybe it was a designed handoff, but you'd like to see him hold on to that as Earl was right there basically waiting for the handoff.
It's 3rd and 6. Ball's on the Romeo 40. Back goes Crum. Being rushed. Thought about going. Throws for Barker. Throws a little off. Goes incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
Kastrubiak in coverage for Romeo, and as we look at the replay, Crum has had a lot of time in the pocket to just stand back there and wait for his guys to get open. The problem is they haven't been able to get open very much in this game unless Crum extends the play and allows them more time to be able to get separation. But again, Romeo doing very well in the secondary to lock down these Eagles receivers.
Neal going to punt for Eisenhower. He's standing on his own 45. McLeod deep for Romeo. Khalil is standing on his 11. Neal, high kick. McLeod calls for a fair catch at the 16-yard line. And with 3:10 to go here in the 3rd quarter, that's where Romeo will take over the football and a key defensive drive for the Eisenhower Eagles here.
Nice kick by Neal, pinning the Bulldogs back in their end inside the 20 around that 15-yard line. 2nd consecutive possession, I believe, that they've had the ball around there.
Eisenhower going with a real quick defensive line. They're smallish but quick and tough. Rolf's from the shotgun. Gives the Cole. Cole gets up over the 20 to the 21. Number 48, Dominic Ferraro in on that, as well as number 30, Kidrow. 2nd down and 4, gain of 6 by Cole.
And the Bulldogs have found some success running the ball to that right side of the offensive line. Let's see if they go right back to it here.
Goes Rolf's taken off. He gets by one man and knocked down. He might have got the 1st down. Let's see. He's given a wallop here. Let's see who it was. Oh, just an arm. Tackle, is that policy?
Yeah, it was hard to tell, but on that cutback, going to his right, looks like either an arm got him on that cut or maybe caught on somebody's cleat there.
Looked like he was trying to pull out his spleen. First and 10, Romeo. Ball's on their own 27-yard line. Give theirs to Wessel.
And a flag comes in as Eisenhower drives them back behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, what's this about?
We'll get another look at it.
I don't see a face mask or nothing. Oh, maybe they call him Sherry for jumping on.
Yeah, in the replay, we don't necessarily get to hear when
Personal
the whistle
foul,
is
face
blown.
mask, defense. 15 yards from the end of the run, results in a first down.
Oh, man, you can't give up those kind of plays.
Yeah, you blew up the running play, had them stop deep in the backfield, and you give up a penalty like that that's easily avoidable and give them a free first down.
Well, that's going to move the ball up to the Romeo 38, where they've got it first and 10. Rolf's back to throw, looking on the slant, and Cody Raymond was about ready to clean Goralski's clock there. I think that's Goralski, number 16.
And right off the hands, nearly intercepted by Luke Myers on the tip.
Here.
Just pull it back and throw by Ralphs.
You see Raymond right there. Tipped up, Myers can't hold on to it. Second down and 10 for Romeo. To run. Oh, full me, it's Kostrubik. And Cardamone tackles him at the Eisenhower 27. Boy, what a fake. Ralphs with a nice job of handing off there.
Yeah, Ralphs has been very deceptive with these misdirection plays. We see a little trick play there as he snuck it in the hands of Kostrubiak.
Stuck it in his chest.
But he's very good at disguising that football, disguising those fakes, especially on the reads.
A real good job on that one.
Had just about everybody, I think, in Swinehart Field fooled with that play.
First and 10 for the 27. Back goes Rolfs. Looks over, picked off by Eisenhower. That's number 15, Myers, who got it.
Myers, just a few plays after he had that other pass tipped off his hand, comes away with it here almost in stride as Ralphs hits him on the run. Not the guy he wanted to hit on the run there as they tried to set up the screen. And a big time takeaway for the Eagles here late third quarter. And Myers gets a little bit of redemption after having that pass a few plays ago tipped off his hands.
Eagle defense, give them credit, they hung in there. Got the ball back to the offense. From the shotgun. Now he keeps it and move forward. Tackled by Victor Earl. He'll get a couple yards. Be second down and 8.
And I don't believe that Eisenhower needs to run another play here in the third quarter, so they might just wind this one down and play for the fourth.
That's what it looks like. They're going to talk about it. And they're going to let the quarter run. So at the end of the third quarter, Romeo still leads at 20-7, but the Eagles defense perked it up, and the Eagles offense have perked it up a little bit here in the second half. Stevens?
Yeah, Eagles defense gave up 20 points there first half, nothing in the third quarter. We'll see if they can do something similar to that here in the fourth quarter. If they could, that would be a big way for Eisenhower to get back into this football game, down 2 scores going into the fourth. They're definitely not out of it, especially with their offense out on the field.
Highlights of that touchdown drive right here.
And And this was, as we see the deep ball to Barker, this was their best possession of the night so far. He loses it on the punch out, but they're able to recover. A few plays later, they come in and score as Cardamone just drags some players towards the end zone. This is a few plays before that.
Yep. Here it is right here, the drag. Looked like he almost lost that football.
Yeah, came very close to having that ball punched out, but able to hold on and make his way into the end zone. And again, probably their best possession of the night. We'll see if they can duplicate that here as we start the fourth.
Oh, we got flags all over the place. I do believe that's illegal procedure.
False start, offense, number 5. 5-yard foul, still second down.
And not really the way you want to start the fourth and final quarter of play here from Swinehart Field, backing up behind the chains on second down.
So it's going to be second down at 13 for Eisenhower.
And you might have been able to hear at home from down on the field, they want to reset this clock back to 12 minutes.
There it is. Amazing if that 2 seconds is going to make a difference.
Yeah, sometimes you never know what a couple seconds can do for you.
That's a reverse to Barker. He gets some block. He's going to cut up the middle. Now he's going to cut it to the outside. Spins on Earl, but then he's cleaned up by Plotz. Oh, man. Plotz nailed him pretty good.
And that got the Romeo student section in attendance here. All sorts of fired up on the far side of the field.
See it here. Earl had him, and then he tried to spin out of it. Plotz was right there to clean his clock. It'll be 3rd and 13.
And a big third down at that for this Eisenhower offense. Need to pick this up, keep the offense on the field, and try to drive this ball down towards the end zone. Maybe not have to get it all back here on this one play.
Problem going to fire it out there. Was looking for Barker. A little bit behind him. McLeod was right there with perfect defense.
And again, McLeod very tough in coverage, right on top of his receiver, stride for stride. Gets that hand in there, just swats that ball away. You see that right hand come in, but he had already knocked the ball away, so no interference of any kind there on the coverage.
Not at all. McLeod will drop back and return this punt from Luca Neal. Romeo's coming. Neal gets it off. Steve McLeod's got it. He stumbles and falls. He didn't call for a fair catch. It looked like he just had trouble negotiating that football.
It looked like he had to reach back for it as he was tracking back to his right. Also may have gotten a toe caught in the turf as he was reaching up for it, and that's what caused him to fly down to the ground.
Well, Romeo's got the football again with 11 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. The ball's on their own 25-yard line. Rolf's fired out there. Oh, McLeod is just hammered by Matt Ames. Good read by Matt. He just flew when he read that play.
Romeo pass complete.
Yeah, big hit by Ames there on the swing pass out wide to McLeod. That's that play. We saw them run it back in the first half of play here from Swinehart Field. That's where you want to block that defender in front of you, that corner in front of you, make that extra man come downhill and play the ball, and Ames did a very nice job of filling that gap there.
2nd and 11. There goes Rolfs. He's going to run it again. I think Eisenhower called for a holding down there, but they're not going to get it. Cody Raymond, one of the tacklers down there. But Rolfs gets a first down for Romeo up to his 40. Eisenhower wanted a holding right there.
And I've been very impressed with the play of Logan Ralphs here on the night. Had some turnover problems, mostly interceptions prior to tonight's game. He's done very well at taking care of the football outside of maybe one play.
Although Rolfs again going to try to go, and good job there by the Eagles 48 Ferraro. Yeah, the 48 got in there. Made a nice arm tackle on the leg here. You'll see it.
And it seems like every time the Bulldogs
dove at it.
get a good gain on the ground, the very next play they go back to it, but the Eagles, the second time around, able to come up and make the play.
Eagles sneaking up there like a blitz. Rolfs. Oh! He's juggling it, and Cardamone almost came up with the interception.
Yeah, it was juggled by Khalil McLeod and then juggled into the hands of Cardamone. So two players nearly coming away with it.
He looks up, and then he off his knee. Cardamone there, and he's like, oh my gosh, I almost,
But Eagles bringing pressure on second down. Nearly get there, but able to get the pass off, and did have him open underneath on that little slant route, just couldn't connect on it.
3rd and 9 for Romeo. Ball on their own 41. Back goes Rolfs. Quarterback draw. Coming up the middle. Slides through over the 50. First down. And that looked like he was going to just take that anyway. No, any way you looked at it. He was not even going to throw. It was a good quarterback draw by Logan Rolfs. He gets a first down for Romeo to the Eisenhower 45.
That's a good play call, because with him alone in the shotgun, you send everybody else out wide. It becomes a numbers game in the box. It's who can block who and create some holes in the middle of that field, and he finds it right up the middle for the first down.
Here we go. Ball on the Eagle 45. First down for Romeo. And up the middle it goes. A hard run by number 13, Romakowski. Anthony, a great handoff from Rolfs. I tell you, he really faked that really well to the pitch man. Looked like Santini or Struble.
Yeah, did really well again, selling that handoff. Really had me fooled, thinking it was going to that second guy coming around the end. And all of a sudden I looked up and they were down the middle of the field.
Timeout Eisenhower. Try to
Timeout Eisenhower.
sneak on number 22, Pietro Cimitero. But a little bit late, so better to call timeout and not get a penalty.
Yeah, this is an important part, important point in the game for Eisenhower. 8 minutes left. Romeo's already chewed up 3 minutes of clock here in the fourth quarter. Eisenhower still down those two scores, and Romeo on the move.
And we'd like to let you know that this game is help being brought to you by Esplendidos, Mexican cuisine, pizza, spirits. Spirits, Stephen. Well, I tell you what, I take it a pizza. But I also like the tacos there too. They make some good tacos. And have you ever had the salsa chips there?
Oh yes, very good. We love Esplendidos. They've been catering for us here the past few weeks.
That's it.
They definitely take care of our entire crew.
You got to go see them, folks. Here we go. 1st and 10 for Romeo. Strubic in motion. I got flags all over the place. Is it offside Eisenhower? What's going on? And Rolf's going to take off. Myers does a good job of getting a shot at him. Bring him down, but I don't know what that was all about.
Logan Rolfs.
Illegal motion, 2 men in motion, offense. 5-yard foul, still first down.
Logan Rolfs made something out of nothing there as the penalty flag came in right at the snap. Luke Rolfs, it looks like number 36 in white, was the one going in motion before the snap. He was kind of looking around like he wasn't really sure. You can see him there towards the top of the screen, kind of looking around like he wasn't sure.
Two guys in motion, Goralski and Strubic.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion coming out of the timeout by the Romeo Bulldogs there, not looking like they were on the same page as far as the play call.
Here we go, 1st and 15 from the Eisenhower 34. Rolf's quick hitter there to Lomakowski, and the big bull goes down to the 20-yard line before he's tackled. He rolls forward close to a first down. I think he did get it, yep. Down to the 19, they're going to give it to him. And first down, Romeo. Nice run by Anthony there.
Yeah, Lomakowski and Kostrubiak have proven to be very tough to bring down, especially when they've got a full head of steam going down the middle of that field, as you saw there from Lomakowski on that last run.
First and 10, Romeo ball on the Eagle 19-yard line. 7 minutes left to play here in the ball game. Eisenhower needs that football back. Big Cole's got it. Moving up the middle, Neal had hold of his legs and he drug forward for 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And so far on this drive, Tim, this is exactly what the Bulldogs needed to do. They got the ball around 11 minutes to go in the game. They've now chewed up several minutes of clock here in the 4th quarter. They're still on the move, and if they can put this ball into the end zone, this will be very tough for Eisenhower to come back from.
Another penalty. I wonder, again, illegal procedure on Romeo, so that's going to move him back 5 more yards.
False start, offense, number 5. 5-yard foul, still 2nd down.
2nd down, and they're going to call it 10, 11. Second down, 10 and a half.
And so far, Romeo, outside of that first play of this possession, have kept it on the ground. I was a little bit surprised that they went to the pass there on that first play.
Now Rolf keeps it. He's got to make some move, makes a man miss. He's to the 5. Touchdown, Romeo.
Logan Ralphs has probably played, I would say, his most complete game of the season here tonight from Swinehart Field, accounting for every one of their touchdowns here tonight and has not turned the ball over once. That was a big key coming into play here tonight, was his ability to hang on to the football.
And he got little shifty feet. And those shifty feet took him into the end zone, and he scores another touchdown tonight. 2 by the run, 2 by the pass. He is really putting on a show tonight. On for the extra point is number 39, Anthony Marici. And when Anthony get it? He did get it. 27-7 Romeo here. 5:58 left to play in the game. And, you know, if you're Eisenhower, you just want to come out and sustain a drive.
Yeah, you want anything positive, I would say, in these next 5 minutes and 58 seconds. Your defense has played so tough here tonight. Despite giving up the 27 points, your offense just needs to get something going here over the next 5 minutes and 58 seconds. Just go into next week with a little bit of positivity going into that next matchup. But for Romeo, they have such a diverse rushing attack with the way that they run the football. They love running it to that right side of the line. They've found a lot of success on that side of the line of scrimmage here tonight, but it's also the way that they run the football, some of those misdirections and things that they do, but they also have the ability to run with several different players. You talk about Logan Ralphs, has scored 2 rushing touchdowns here on the night. Kostrubiak and Lomakowski, 2 very tough runners to bring down in the open field, so they can do a lot of different things with their offense without really having Logan Ralphs throw the football a ton, which I don't believe he's done a ton of tonight, but when he has, he's been very efficient when doing so.
Well, it's not going to get any easier next week for the Eisenhower Eagles as they take on the Dakota Cougars, and you've got to get something positive out of the offense.
And one thing about this MAC Red division is it's so tough week to week when you get into that league schedule. Every week you have to be on your A game, as we've seen from Romeo here tonight. You have to be at your best every week because there's really no weeks off in this MAC Red schedule.
A return by Brandon Kedrow, but I think he's going to be called back.
During the return, block in the back, return team number 33. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, first down Eisenhower.
And that's a shame because that wasted a great return by Kedrow.
Yeah, usually when you see that flag come in behind the play, whether it's a kickoff or punt return, usually that's going to be either for a hold or a block in the back, so that's usually pretty easy to spot once that flag comes out.
And they're going to mark Eisenhower, and they're going to have to start way back again. Back at their own 7-yard line.
7 yards. First and 10 Eagles.
So if they want to put this ball in the end zone, at least to get something going into next week like we've talked about, Tim, they're going to have to go about 94 yards to do so.
It was Crum to throw. Throwing an out pattern, nobody went out. Only one there, Caleb Youngblood. He's the closest one to that football, so nobody went out on that.
Yeah, possibly a miscommunication on that route going towards the sideline. They had the closest receiver to the short side of the field on a streak route down the sideline, opening up that underneath route on that out.
Offense number 77. Half the distance to the goal, still first down.
Oh, that's a killer there too. Another Eisenhower penalty. They're going to be half the distance to the goal. That means it goes down to the 4-yard line. Well, Crum's going to take this snap in his end zone. Looking. Now he's rolling out. And we got a flag on the field by the 24-yard line. I think we're going to get a holding call against Romeo.
And on that rollout, Crum does a nice job extending that play, allowing his receivers time to get open, create some separation. And I'm not sure you'll be able to see it on this replay, but Hayden Bills doesn't necessarily do the best job in the world of extending that play for his quarterback, getting into some open space. He was kind of trapped along the near sideline, but doesn't really get up the field until the very last second. But at that point,
multiple fouls in the play, holding, defense, intentional grounding, offense. Those penalties offset, replay first down.
Oh boy, I watched downfield. I don't know if you caught it, but Bennett Cardamone was just getting manhandled out there, and the referee called it, but we got a intentional grounding on Crum. He didn't see it. He could have thrown an interception and it wouldn't have counted. Again, from his end zone, Preston Crum going to step up, going to fire, looking for Barker. A little bit of zip on that ball through his hands. It'll be second down.
Yeah, a lot of speed on that pass. But that's a play where when you're going to throw that ball into the slot like he does, you have to have some zip on it, as he did there. Just a little bit high for Barker. Probably could have gotten that route about 10 yards further downfield and he would have been able to connect on it. But that's a play that I think Barker's athletic enough where he can maybe come down with that, but just too high for him, I think, in that situation.
Yeah, Barker, Cardamone, Hayden Bills all to the bottom of your screen. You can't see them, but Crum's going to take it in his end zone. Steps up in the pocket. Looking out there, got Cardamone at the 15. Puts his head down, gets up close to first down territory.
Cardamone complete.
Let's see, yeah, it is a first down for Eisenhower.
Eisenhower first down.
And a great job by Cardamone coming back to the ball to help his quarterback Crum out. That's something that I talked about a few plays ago. They didn't necessarily do a great job of along this near sideline. That time Cardamone able to track back to the football and make himself available for the pass.
Oh, here we go. Crum's got Daniel Sikowski in backfield. Cardamone was in motion. Gonna throw it out there, look for Hayden Bills. He's got it. Hayden makes the catch. He ain't good for about 7 yards. And he's second down.
And a great adjustment on that reception by Bills. That ball thrown behind him, had to turn and come back for that ball a little bit. Stopped his feet really well to make sure he got around to it.
Well, they moved him up a yard, so it's second down and 2. Ball is on the 26 of Eisenhower. Eagles trying to march out of a hole and put some positive spin on this one. Back goes Crum. He's being rushed. Oh, and down he goes.
Looks like Joseph Collin, big number 67, got in there to make the stop.
Big Joe, and he is big. Look at Big. This would scare the pants off of me. I got to tell you, I would not want to get hog-tied by that. No way.
Just straight up the middle of that Eagles offensive line, and nothing that Crum could have done there as he was in the backfield before you could blink.
I mean, that's when you just turtle. I would. These Eisenhower players are a little tougher than I am, though. Now Barker's got it, gets a good block. Now he's to the 25, going to the 30, close to the first down. Knocked out of bounds, and Caleb Youngblood's going to get a personal foul penalty.
And it looks like they were setting up some sort of screen pass out towards the sideline, but again, Joseph Collin gets right in the face of Preston Crum as he let go of that football on back-to-back plays.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, defense number 20. 15 yards, results in a first down.
Well, that'll get something for Joe Youngblood to talk to his nephew about it over Thanksgiving dinner, about the cheap shooting that his nephew did, even though it looks like Romeo's going to win this game. Oh, there he is. Let him go. Let him go, and he still shoves him. And there, Joe's right up there calling for a penalty. They want a penalty on his nephew. We got a timeout on the field. Referees are trying to get, the officials are just trying to get everybody back on the field saying, hey, come on. Timeout's over, rest time's over. First and 10 Eagles, ball on the 50. Come on to blitz. Crum sees it to Hayden Bills, and he can't hold on, and he's nailed pretty hard there by Giorgio Rufino. Giorgio put a lick on him. It'll be second down, but one that I think Bills probably should have caught. It's in his hands, and he doesn't catch it.
Possibly heard the footsteps from Rufino coming behind him. You see that a lot with some receivers at every level, really, high school, college, NFL. They hear those footsteps coming from behind them. They don't know where they're about to get hit. They just know they're going to get hit. That's a really tough ball to bring in, but you're right, probably one that Bills is going to want to have back.
Crumb's throw out to Connor Templeton, and that's going to go incomplete. Connor Temple, excuse me.
But a nice job by the freshman receiver. Really trying to tiptoe that sideline, just couldn't get his feet down in bounds, but again, a great effort, even just to haul that ball in.
It'll be third down and 10 for Eisenhower, ball in the 50, 2:56 left to play in the ball game. Romeo shifted around on that defensive line. Crum back to throw. Fires out. Oh, Rufino almost picked that ball off. I don't think Crum ever saw him there.
Yeah, Rufino just sitting back in coverage, waiting for that ball to be thrown before he jumped it, just baiting Crum into that pass. Crum was looking to his right the whole way, and you see just jumps right in front, but unable to get it as it slides right through his hands.
Yeah, Barker's out now too. He's sitting on the bench, so he won't be in. Fourth down, Eagles go for it. Comes Romeo. Throw down to Temple, and he's got it.
He might just be a freshman, but that was a big-time play that you would almost expect out of an upperclassman, junior, senior wide receiver. Takes the hit as well as he gets out of bounds.
First and 10 Eagles, ball on the Romeo 30. There goes Crum. Looking for tempo. That ball's thrown out of bounds. Probably wide to throw it out.
Yeah, Crum tries to sell the pump fake, looking for him down the near sideline, but looks like Kostrubiak wasn't fooled there in the secondary, coming over from his safety position.
Second down and 10. Again, ball on the 30. 2:39 left to play in the ball game. Crum with the shotgun. Fake the Bill. He better get rid of it. Throw it deep for Cardamone. And there was everybody there. Kostrubiak, Youngblood, they're all back there, and Cardamone did well just to knock that ball away.
Well, the Bulldogs bring pressure off the left side of the offensive line right towards the back of Preston Crum. You'll see it on the replay here. Forces him to throw this ball up in the middle of the field and just hope that Cardamone can do something with it. But Cardamone really has to play more defense than offense there, just try to keep it from being intercepted by batting it down.
Oh, here we go, 3rd and 10. See if Romeo comes at him again. Quickly to Daniel Sikowski. He's got it to the 20. Makes a spin move. Forges forward. He's got the first down to the Romeo 17-yard line.
Good look there on 3rd down, just swinging it out of the backfield to Zilkowski. If they leave that open, looks like Bulldogs dropping into a little bit of a zone there. If they leave it open, just take it and get yourself a nice first down.
Confusion there in the Romeo defense. From again for Cardamone. And it looks like it might be intercepted. It is. Caleb Youngblood with the interception.
Cardamone took an absolute shot after catching this ball, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's how this interception came to be, as he brings it in right here. He's going to take an absolute shot right around the face mask, and that ball just slides right into the hands
Youngblood
of
just takes it
Youngblood.
away. He just got up there and just took it away from him. Cardamone had it. Youngblood got in there with his hands and just took it away. And also loving the hell of a hit on it. I mean, heck of a hit.
Yeah, I can't blame Cardamone there. I know if I took a hit like that right around the ear hole on my helmet, I'd probably drop the football too.
Hand off is to Cole. Moves forward. He's finally dragged down there by the Eagles. 1:45 left to play in the ball game. Eisenhower had a chance there to get some points on the board, and they moved the ball well and found a freshman receiver. Both Ives and Barker are out. I don't know what's wrong with Barker. He's sitting it right now.
Yeah, took that hit towards the end of the play on that last possession for the Eagles on the near sideline. He was down after the play, and they've been sitting him out since. So I'm sure his day at this point is done, as we've just got about a minute left here from Swinehart Field.
Another handoff, and Romeo just content on letting the clock run out. But wait a minute here. Got a timeout Eisenhower. They're going to get some guys in. Yeah, they want to get some guys into play. You know, they're getting some of these kids that don't get to play in the games that often, but they're on the practice field, and they put in 110% out there in the practice field, trying to get the starters ready for the big game.
Yeah, you want to give some of those guys that, like you said, don't get a chance to play, some of those young guys as well, some of those sophomores that are on this roster this year for the Eagles. You want to get them some playing time, and as well, not get your starters banged up, as they've already been. Cardamone took that hit just a few moments ago to the side of the head. We've also seen, I believe it was Ives towards the beginning of the game, went down with an injury, and now Barker a few minutes ago went down with an injury as well. So just trying to get some of those regular players out of the lineup so they don't get any more banged up than they already are.
And I tell you, if I got banged up like that, you would never see me on the football field again. So I give these guys a lot of credit for hanging in there, getting stuck like that, and just coming back for more. Tough guys. And a lot of them are juniors and sophomores and freshmen, and they'll be back. If they stick this out, they're going to be back.
Yeah, a relatively young team this year for Eisenhower, maybe more so than we're used to seeing from past Eagles teams. And like you said, Tim, that'll hopefully bode well for them a year from now when a lot of those sophomores become juniors, juniors become seniors. They have that experience under their belt from this season. Looks like we have a kneel down, and that should just about do it. And even despite the score being what it was, a 27-7 final, I really feel like Eisenhower played this game a lot closer than the score indicated. But again, just putting a little too much pressure on their defense to make plays here from Swinehart Field.
Well, that's going to do it, folks, for this one here. The Eisenhower Eagles dropped one to the Romeo Bulldogs. The final score, 27-7. For all the guys in the Shelby TV truck and for our camera personnel and for Stephen McDonald, I'm Tim Meyer saying we'll see you next time right here at Shelby TV.